I am a father, a business owner, a competitor, a teacher, a friend, a father, just a man of who wears a lot of hats and tries to live his dream, and I feel like I am living my dream, something that I thought could be possible, and I made it true, through faith.
And Wagner, a lot of people don't know, but you are Brazilian, right? A lot of people normally think that you are Brazilian, and some people don't know if you're Brazilian or American.
Yeah,
How is that?
I got the most Brazilian name you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But then my English is perfect, and I've lived in the United States since I was 5 years old. I am Brazilian. I was born in Brazil, raised in South Florida.
Both of your parents are Brazilian too?
Both of my parents are Brazilian, yep. And I was born in Brazil. But I moved here when I was 5. My parents came to the United States with the American dream, to make a living, to make a better life. And I started, grade school here, and did kindergarten through high school, and then at the end of my high school, I found jiu-jitsu. And I've, kind of related to it because it was a Brazilian art, and I wanted to learn more, and I enjoyed fighting. I grew up in tough neighborhoods because my parents are immigrants. And I was raised here. That was always living in poor areas, with black communities and poor white communities. So I grew up in an era where fighting wasn't part of living. You had to fight to live. So
is that where your style comes from?
I think so. I enjoyed always being defensive, being more, aggressive. And I always tell people this, like when I grew up, to me, when I was in grade school and middle school and high school, it was always like, people were like, oh, I'm going to fight you. And I'd be like, oh, excited about it. Be like, oh, we're going to fight? Please. We're going to fight? Cool. I'm excited. It gave me like this feeling, and it was weird because I tell my wife sometimes, she's like, you're crazy. I'm like, yeah, I used to really I'd be anxious. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to get in a fight after school with this kid. And it excited me, and I didn't know how to fight. I just knew I wanted to fight, and I knew how to fight. I knew I was just mean, I was mean even when I was a kid. I would do things to kids and fights, school fights, and it's not something to brag about, but it was just who I am. It's always been in my character that like whatever it is I got to do to win, I'm gonna do.
And how old was you when you started jiu-jitsu, and how you met jiu-jitsu, Wagner?
Again, back to being this person that I am. I was ultra competitive, and even I think I relate to wanting to learn how to fight or fighting as a kid because I was competitive. I always had this competitive spirit. My dad raised me in a certain way that just everything was a competition. If we were going to cross the street, it was who got there first. If we were playing a card game, it was who was going to win. If it was whatever it is, my dad still to this day is so competitive. He's a kind of guy that I took silver at the ADCC, and the week after he called me hey, how'd you do? And I was like, oh, I got silver. And he's like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, yeah, it kind of does. And he's like, maybe next time. And that was it, like no congratulations, no, good job. Maybe, you did good, you got second. Like to me, that's how I was raised. And even my kids now, my dad's at my house and he's spending time with us for the last couple months. And the kids, like, they competed this weekend, and the only thing that I could hear in the car was them going, thank God we get to go home and tell Grandpa we won. Because if you come home and you tell him you lost, he's going to make fun of you. He's old school, and to him there is no, you can't go out there and lose. You gotta be the best.
Right. Are you like that with your kids?
I gave a speech today about that. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to see the bigger picture, because I used to be like that with him, with Achilles and Jasmine. But I'm not so much anymore, because I know it takes a lot longer. This game is not a sprint game. It's a marathon game. It's about how long you're in it and what kind of work you put towards getting towards your goals. So I'm not that way with them. But I do implement some of it, like some where it's like, okay, cool, you lost, but that's, you can't just brush it off like it was nothing. No, you got to look at it and see why. And then even when they win, I don't let them walk away with like, hey, you won and you looked amazing and that's it. That's all you have to do now. No, you got to get better, and Achilles won the Pan Kids, and I woke him up on Monday and told him, I said, hey, you're training for the next level, which is the ADCC trials. You got to work out, you got to get ready. You're going to be an adult soon, and you got to get ready. You got to be ready to be an adult before you're an adult, you know?
For sure.